Research is such a critical piece of this course, and if you use the resources at your disposal, you will find preparing for your postings or your assignments fun and worthwhile. Finding quality sources from the library is not difficult, but it does take some thought and planning. Begin your research with the research topic. What is it that you want to know? For example, suppose you're writing a policy paper on the National Head Start program, and you want to know if the National Head Start program is meeting the stated objectives of helping economically disadvantaged children be academically ready for primary grades. You want to research the theoretical foundation of the program, but let's take a look at this from the bigger picture. Think beyond just disadvantaged children in America. Why is disadvantaged children an issue? Why is knowing if it is an issue important? The underlying question is the effect of disadvantaged children and the effect of at-risk children in general to society. Using the library begins with a keyword search. You want to put your problem into a few keywords. Typically, initial searches of 2 to 5 words is a good start. This is critical to finding the best materials. If your keywords are too vague, you'll have too many hits, and you'll be wading through a lot of unrelated stuff. If it's too specific, you may have too few hits, and end up missing some very quality information. Therefore, it's important to experiment with finding the best keywords, and this is very often a process of discovery. You want to start broad, then narrow it down. Let's see how we do that by accessing the UoP online library. You can get to the online library by going to the UoP student homepage via your portal and selecting the Library tab. There are 2 ways to do a library search. One is a general word search. This is good for very exploratory research when you want to try to see what is out there. This is also a good way to do it if you already know what you want and you can just enter the name of the article or the author. To do this, enter your keyword search in the keywords box, select peer-reviewed, and then search. It may take a few minutes, depending on the amount of literature available, as it checks all databases in the UoP library. This is not necessarily a very efficient way to do a topic search. It does not filter for results, it may not be within the 10-year limit, it may not be full text, and it may not even be scholarly or peer-reviewed. As you can see, we ended up with 145,700 hits. That's way too many to be useful, and it's not a very efficient use of your time. The second method is a focused search. What we need is less selection and better results. You can do this by selecting the University of Library link. If you scroll down the page a little, you'll find a list of the library databases. About 95% of what you will need will probably be in the general resources databases. The specialized databases have literature specific to their disciplines and may be helpful for more focused, discipline-specific topics. Any of the databases from the library are acceptable for any research in this class. Let's explore the general database. There are basically 3 major databases: EBSCOhost, Gale PowerSearch, and ProQuest. Notice that there is a help link if you need assistance navigating the databases. They all have about the same features and journal selections. Let's try the ProQuest database. Check Full Text Documents Only, check Peer Reviewed, and then select the Advanced tab. You want to filter for dates in Advanced Search. Go to the date range and then select after this date. And then enter January 1st, 2002, so only articles published within the last 10 years will display. Now we can enter our keyword to search. Let's think big, then narrow it down. Start with a broad general concept. For our search, let's try Head Start again, and then select Search. How many hits did we get? If they're over 100, it's probably too broad. If it's less than 10, it's probably too narrow. Head Start gave us over 7,000 results. And while that's way too many, let's look at the first few articles. Are they useful? The first selection, the Preschool Learning Behavior Scale, looks like it might be something worth investigating. You can check an article quickly by selecting the Citation Abstract link. You can also access the full article. I highly recommend using only the articles in PDF, as they will also include the page numbers if there are any graphics and tables. A PDF is essentially a picture of the original article, just as it is stored in the brick-and-mortar libraries. Let's look at the abstract. Does it appear that there is information that is related to the problem statement? On a quick look, it appears that it does. This is an article that is probably worth checking more closely. Select the full text PDF to read it. You can save the article in PDF to your computer to read, print, and reference later. I recommend creating a research folder in your class folder to capture these documents. Use your back arrow to return to the ProQuest database and continue searching. Is this a winner? If you found a pretty good article, you may be able to focus your search using the tools on the right panel. You can see similar documents or select keyword documents related to this article. Using the See Similar Documents option, immediately the choices seem to relate to your research question. You can preview each article and add the appropriate sources to your research file. I would recommend saving only those articles that are in PDF, so you have the complete citation reference information. What if this or similar articles did not meet your needs? You can return to the other results from the abstract page and keep your filters intact. Let's try some different keywords and see if more or better research can be found. You can change the keywords without affecting the other filters by entering different keywords in the keyword box. ProQuest has smart keyword technology that will help to try to match or expand your entry. As you can see, entering disadvantaged children will also include keywords on disadvantaged children in education, teaching disadvantaged children, and effective educational programs for disadvantaged children, all of which may help to contribute to your theoretical foundation of understanding why this is a policy problem and what other types of programs also work. If you are not looking for lots of returns but quality returns, this might take a few different keyword combinations to find the best results. Still stuck? The wonderful librarians have developed a search FAQ site that might answer some of your questions and get you pointed in the right direction. UoP has bona fide, real-life, honest-to-goodness humans that are also librarians. If you are having difficulties finding quality sources for your research, they are willing and able to help, and in my experience are quite responsive. This does take some pre-planning, however. You need to give them at least 48 hours to answer your question and provide recommendations, which means you cannot start your paper on Monday afternoon and believe they will have the research results in time for you to write and submit the paper. If you have a particular document in mind and cannot find it in the library, the librarians can help locate the document for you. Again, give them 48 hours of lead time to do the legwork, as it may require an interlibrary loan. If you have not already done so, there is a short library tutorial that will help you learn the basics of how to navigate the library. This might be the best 20 minutes you'll ever spend. Finally, there is a library handbook that is worth reading, downloading, and saving. It's a great go-to reference for when you have more complex searches to do and to troubleshoot problems you have Finding Quality Sources. If you have any questions, please post to the FAQ thread in the main forum.